That was fucking god awful though. I'm going for shortcut. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. This is the life I live, chat.
One of your terrible takes recently got me in trouble because they know I watch you. I said, who? I don't watch him.
There's no checkpoint, dumbass. Explain. Explain.
Well, Mike, the lesson here is if police try to pull you over, no matter what the want is or the reason they want to pull you over, you need to pull over. So if you suddenly take off, they will chase you, right?
Yeah, and this guy looks like he's trying to ditch the car. So here we go. Parked into a parking spot. Lights are off. Doors open.
Yep. Let's see how many people get out. Do we know if there's just one person, more than one?
Looks
Look
like
at him just
two.
strolling.
So we got two.
Oh, and his girlfriend.
So the airship from LA County Sheriff is going to be calling this out, but you got a lot of pedestrians down there. He's taking his jacket off. He's ditching the jacket, trying to blend in.
Where's the spotlight?
All of these are moves that law enforcement can see. There is the spotlight right there. In addition to the spotlight, they've also got the FLIR, the heat detection software up there. So, you know, hopefully CHP's coming in. They'll ask for mutual aid from LAPD to try to come in and deal with this too. Lots of tall buildings though, so it looks like we may have started to lose them behind some of these buildings. But at least the threat to the public is over.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna
They're
say.
not driving.
Yeah.
You know, that.
Wait, this complex is fucking massive
And
though.
like mixing in with this crowd here, if the car
There's no way that they get the area fucking blocked off or like fucking.
Could possibly be.
No, they would have to arrest everybody.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the hard thing is if this car is stolen, then they won't know who the registered owner is. And so many times when they get into chases, that's one of the things they consider.
Huge complex.
Is this a person we can go after later? You know, what's going to be the deal here? But you still have that sheriff's helicopter looking for these two, and we'll have to see if any of these ground units. I see some flashing lights, Ollie. Can you pull out just a little bit and see where those responding units are coming in from? Because I just saw some red and blues starting to come into the area. So we'll see. Oh,
No
looks like
milkshakes,
they're
though.
down there on the bottom of the
xQc.
screen, but I don't know that they're going the right way.
Yeah.
They
may be
definitely
a little
figured it out.
confused.
Look, they're near crypto.com arena. I think we can see
Yeah,
there on
right.
the right side of your screen, right, Mike? That's the crypto.com.
Yeah, that was Crypto LA Live. So again, they picked an area that's a very, very busy area.
Down an alleyway into a parking space
Almost
almost.
blending
Dude, they're out.
in with
There's
the,
no
I mean,
shot
I
there.
know it looks like that from our vantage point being so far away, but I mean, they were almost blending in with those other pedestrians that were just walking down those alleys
And
and streets.
here comes that CHP officer we got coming down the alley. So they'll go find that car that he just parked.
Guys, they get into a Waymo.
Two people, though, too.
No?
I mean, that was another interesting. He had a passenger.
Looked like a man and a woman when I briefly looked at it. So at least two people that got out of that car.
Out of that car, and who knows where, but hopefully CHP is going to be able to close in on them very shortly.
Mike, are you hearing from the ground units at all?
No, they're trying to get into position. We've got two of them just pulled up right here, and you got some people that look like they may be trying to point them in a direction of where maybe these guys went. But I mean, we've had like now
trolling.
several minutes in between. I mean, that's not, you know.
They're
and that
getting
area,
fake instructions.
The worst thing about downtown is those tall buildings because we lose sight. The air unit loses sight. No matter what technology we have, we don't have X-ray vision to see through these buildings. So
We can cover a pretty good distance in just a few minutes on foot, even. And while
Especially when
officers
you're running.
FBI, you can get fan footage later and face scan. Brother, this is not going to the FBI.
To kind of blend in.
Brother, you have to twist their arm to get to pick up these calls sometimes. You think the FBI is picking it up?
Solid idea
No.
rather on where they might be, and they're just going to try to seal up the area as best they can. But there are so many people in downtown right now.
Would they do that, Mike, at this point, to set up a perimeter, close off some streets based on what we're looking at here?
It depends. They'll kind of make that determination based on how much information they have, right?
I got timed out for the word when I said you're the
lock
goats.
an area down in enough time to capture them inside of that area.
All right, Mike, we're going to leave you there at the desk to continue gathering information on this pursuit and the suspects who just ditched a car there in downtown L.A. All right, meantime, our other big story tonight, an off-the-clock paramedic saves a little girl from a big fire. It's a story you'll only see on CBS LA.
Okay, dude.
Okay. Her mom and the hero.
Only on CBS LA. Okay, thank you, man. Anyway. Here's some more news, guys.
So tonight, new and intense scrutiny for a top exec at Campbell's Soup, who's accused of saying some pretty wild stuff, like that the meat in the soup is bioengineered from a 3D printer, and allegedly going on an offensive and in some case racist rant. It's all because a former employee who's suing the company says he secretly recorded Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally during what that worker describes as an hour-long tirade. We've got the recording, and we want to warn you here, it's pretty harsh. Listen.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit? So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Oof. In the lawsuit, the former employee also alleges Bally made racist remarks about Indian workers, calling them idiots. When he reported the tirade to company management, he was terminated in retaliation, allegedly, for complaining about that alleged behavior. Campbell's has not confirmed the statements to NBC, but did say that if they were made, they do not reflect the company's value.
Okay. I'm going to assume that somebody would get fired for recording privately when somebody doesn't know, but I'm confused. No.
NBC News also reached out to Bally, but haven't heard back. Let's bring in Camila Bernal. Camila, this is just what we played is just a little bit of this, right? There's more to these allegations.
There's many more of these allegations, and I also read through the lawsuit, Hallie, and what this former employee says is that this all happened over a conversation about his salary. He says they sat down about a year ago to talk through all of these things, and that's when he began speaking badly about the company, saying things like this was processed food and saying this was for poor people, as you heard there on that recording. And like you mentioned, this goes on for a while, and I want you to listen to more of that conversation.
Everybody thinks our recipes are like crown jewels or not. They're important, but no, it's the process. It's the process that makes the food. You know, the ingredients are in the back of the can.
So not only does he talk about the food, but this lawsuit also alleges that this VP went on to talk about employees at the company, and the lawsuit alleges that they're racist comments. Take a listen to those comments.
They couldn't think for the dumb.
Jesus.
So clearly there was no filter during this conversation. The former employee also alleges that the executive admitted to going to the office high on edibles. I mean, again, this goes on and on about a number of different things here. And apparently the former employee reported all of this to his manager. He says that some time went on and he wasn't encouraged to go to HR. And so he got fired. And what he's saying now is that he believes his firing was retaliation for him coming forward and speaking out about all of this, Hallie.
Camila, we talked a little bit about some of what we heard from Campbell's on these alleged comments here. What else is this former employee, this former worker saying?
Well, first of all, I want to go back to what Campbell's is saying, because what they're saying is that they use 100% chicken. They say it's USDA approved. They go over the list and essentially say that all of this, that this current employee said was false. They also, I want to note, have this employee on leave while they investigate all of this. So he has not been fired yet, but he is on leave. And I want to read part of the statement that Campbell's put out, where they say we are proud of the food that we make, the people who make it, and the high quality ingredients that we use. We know that millions of people use Campbell's products, and we are honored by the trust they put in us. The comments made about our food are completely inaccurate and absurd. So again, they also emphasize that the employee who made these comments, the vice president, works in cybersecurity in IT, and so they say he has nothing to do with the making of the actual food.
That makes sense.
On the other hand, you have this former employee who, of course, is suing, but who also says that essentially this was extremely emotional and really damaging for him, not just emotionally, but financially as well.
Well, I'm saying the guy doesn't know.
Like, just being put out on the spot essentially for all of this, when he alleges that all he wanted to do was come out and tell the truth. I want to read part of his statement and what he's saying now. He says, this situation has been very hard on Robert. This is from his attorney. He says he thought Campbell's would be thankful that he reported Martin's behavior, but instead he was abruptly fired. We look forward to obtaining justice for Robert. So as this lawsuit plays out in court, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Campbell has not verified the audio. We have not been able to verify the audio, but again, those allegations are really alarming, Hallie.
Camila Bernal, thanks for staying on top of this one for us. Potentially more to come on that. Appreciate it.
We thank you.
Bro, I don't think they 3D print the chicken. I mean, does anybody do that? 3D printed chicken. Like, 3D print chicken. Yeah, like I don't think they print chicken. Like, what the fuck? Okay, like, you guys, I don't think they 3D print chicken. It's a secret process.
A juicy, sizzling steak made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia, cow, butcher, beef, Redefined Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product using a highly technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company in the world just by harnessing technology instead of animals.
Meat substitutes are not new, but unlike the soy-based crumbles that mimic ground beef, Redefined Meat's product is designed to act, taste, and cut like flank steak.
This is the holy grail of alternative meat.
But the most important part, how does it taste? This diner was happy.
The texture feels right. Even the smell smells like
That's
the
cap.
real thing.
That's cap.
Really authentic for me. It's revolutionary.
This is Inside Edition Digital.
So cap. There's just no shot. Gun under the table. Paid shill on God. Ew, what the fuck is that?
A local sheriff is catching heat on social media for using food as punishment. That right there is the Warden Burger. Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones serves it to inmates in isolation.
Brother,
Courtney King sat down with the sheriff today about why he uses it. But Courtney, my question is, would he eat the burger?
Rob, that was my first question for him. So not only did he say he would,